Okay, I started recording. Today we'll take vocabulary unit 6.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Huda. Good morning.
Good morning.
Open your book till I open the site. Okay. Open unit 6, girls. It's on page 80. Okay. You opened your book? Can we start?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Nada,
Yes.
it's lagging. I'm going out and come back again, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
What is this now? Not this thinking. I opened unit 10. Unit 6. Pre-Columbian American.
Pre-Columbian America. Blog entry. A teacher visiting pre-Columbian, before the time of Christopher Columbus, sites in Mexico during her summer break blogged about her experience for her students.
Girls, we know that America and Mexican, one continent. Mexican is at the north of America. Okay. Here, hello. And
Yes, Miss.
okay, so Mexico and America were one land before Columbian. What is Columbian? Who discovered America? Who discovered the land? Christopher Columbus. Yes, when he brought the European and they moved to America, it was not America, it was just a land, no, not named America. There lived there people. There were people living there. You know their story and what did American did to them in order to take their lands and this. So this is a teacher who went to visit the sites, okay, places in Mexico before people immigrate from Europe and settle in this land.
Near Mexico City, July 2011. Hello from Mexico. My hope is that everyone reading this blog lives my experiences vicariously.
Hello, she says hello. I hope that everyone reading this blog lives my experience vicariously. Okay? Vicariously, what does it mean? She wants us to live her experience vicariously. It ends with ly, girls. So the part of speech is what?
Adverb.
Adjective.
Adverb, dear. ly adverb. Okay? Okay? So, how can a person, how can I modify the verb? Okay, because an adverb modifies a verb, adjective or another adverb, but here it modifies a verb. How she wants us to live her experience vicariously.
As if we were in her place.
Yes, excellent. As if we were there in her place, because this is the successful description. When an author wants to describe, she describes the situation for the reader as if the reader was there with her. Okay, so vigorously means what? That is as if we were there with her. through the experience of hers. Vicariously, okay, girls?
Okay.
Okay, vicariously also can be ve and vi.
I'm sitting in a creaky, threadbare seat on a broiling crowded bus. Far from feeling ennui, I am
Far from feeling ennui,
enjoying every minute of this sweaty bus ride.
I am enjoying every minute. I am enjoying every minute. Far from being ennui. Yes. Opposite of ennui. How? I am enjoying. And before it, far from being ennui. So opposite of enjoy. So ennui will mean what? Disturbed, annoyed, okay? Boredom, dull.
Yes.
Because we're nearing the first great American city. Teotihuacan had 200,000 inhabitants, a millennium before Columbus set foot in the Americas. It boasted broad avenues and stately pyramids, as massive as the largest in Egypt. And to think that the first European arrivals cast aspersions on the native population groups they encountered.
People lived on this land. They built even massive structures and pyramids like those in Egypt. And to think, and she says how they lived there. And to think that the first European arrivals cast aspersions. Cast aspersion on the native population. Again, it boasted broad avenues, places and areas, avenues and stately pyramids as massive as the largest in Egypt. And to think that the first European arrivals cast aspersion on the native population. So they will do something. They will do something because cast aspersion. Okay, let's first know what is the part of speech of aspersion. Aspersion means what? Part of speech is what? Cast aspersion. Huh?
Noun?
It's a noun. Yes, direct object. Cast is to verb. Aspersion. Okay. Aspersion on the native population. So they did something to the native population. And we already know that what did they do to the native population? Increased it?
No.
So what did they do?
They ruined it, decreased it.
Yes, they ruined it. They decreased it through ruining it, damaging it. Okay?
Okay.
So cast aspersion. Aspersion means a damage. Derogatory. Okay? A damage or derogatory. Remember yesterday we took derogatory and when we were reading the Okis and they gave them a derogatory nickname, which is what? A damage.
Believing that they had landed on a continent peopled only by struggling farmers and hunter-gatherers. Perhaps you recall learning in world history class that the European settlers, unaware of the widespread existence of formidable civilizations like this one, scorned the natives they met. These settlers directly or surreptitiously usurped lands that the local inhabitants had occupied for centuries.
Okay. Perhaps you recall learning in world class in history, unaware of the widespread existence of formidable civilizations, the civilization that lived there, like this one, scorned the natives they met. They scorned the natives they met. These settlers, okay, directly or what, girls? Surreptitiously, okay? Surreptitiously. Again, Surreptitiously. Say it, please.
Surreptitiously.
Yes. Another girls, but Dima, please.
Surreptitiously.
Surreptitiously. So these settlers directly or surreptitiously, okay, usurped lands that the local inhabitants had occupied for centuries. So again, these settlers directly or surreptitiously. Huh?
Miss, can I go to the bathroom, please?
Okay, go. With this word, okay, surreptitiously means what? Directly or surreptitiously?
Indirect.
Indirectly. Directly or indirectly. Surreptitiously means like secretly. Secretly. Okay? Girls, I have 28 girls in the class. Please share with me. Please. Surreptitiously means secretly.
Either cajoling them with trinkets or
Either cajoling them with trinkets. Cajoling them with trinkets.
It's a
First,
bad word.
let's know what is trinkets first. Trinkets is like a ring, an earring, accessories, golden or silver in this. So either cajoling them, okay, cajoling them with trinkets. So when you want to give someone a present in order to make him do something.
Bribing someone.
Persuade.
Yes, yes, we can say cajoling is persuading them.
But in
Persuading
a
them.
bad way, right?
No, cajole, it is to persuade. We can say it is persuade.
Ah, okay.
Maybe deceiving them. Deceiving.
else contriving other ways to cheat them.
Oh, so cajoling them with trinkets or else contriving other ways to cheat them. Contriving other ways. I'll do something. It's the part of speech of contriving is what it ends in ing. Contriving the verb. So contriving other ways. I do what to other ways يعني I contrive other ways.
Create.
Create, plan. Contrive is to create, to plan. Other ways to cheat them.
Had the Europeans only seen the fine pottery, masks, advanced calendars, glorious palaces, and temples. But when the Europeans arrived in North America, they saw populations already decimated by diseases brought by earlier European fishermen and explorers. Pushing the weakened natives out was a sinecure.
When they arrived there, they saw that the people, the native people who live there, have been affected by diseases brought to them by the the first immigrants of Europe, the fishermen, those who arrived first from Europe. They brought diseases to these Native Americans. Okay, pushing the weakened natives out was a sinecure. Pushing them out was a sinecure. When they came to the land, they found everything ready for them. The natives are weak. So, pushing the weakened natives out was a sinecure. To push them out, they were already weak. To push them out was a sinecure. So, sinecure here means what? It's an adjective because it's after verb, linking verb. So it's an adjective.
It was
Cruel.
easy to push them out.
Or it is a noun. It was a noun because after linking verb we have an adjective or a noun. The part of speech here of sinecure is what? Noun or adjective?
Now,
Adjective.
Uh, An adjective, yes. So it was what? Sinecure.
Pure.
Easily. Easy.
Easy, yes, because they have been already weak. So pushing them out was easy. Sinecure means easy.
At Teotihuacan, it is not true that dead men tell no tales, because the long-gone population of Teotihuacan has left behind plenty that tells us of its great society. In front of me now is the spectacular Pyramid of the Sun. There's nothing anomalous about the engineering marvels at Teotihuacan.
There is nothing anomalous about the engineering marvels at Teotihuacan. There is nothing anomalous. There is nothing anomalous. The part of speech of anomalous is what?
Adjective.
Yes. So, about the engineering marvels at Teotihuacan. So there is nothing what, girls? Anomalous means what?
Strange.
There's nothing strange about the engineering marvels at Teotihuacan. Think, girls, think and cooperate with me, please. You can turn the page if you do not. You couldn't guess because we through vocabulary we go through processes. Number one, we discuss the meaning out of the context. If we fail, we discuss the part of speech and divide it into prefix and suffix. The last thing is to check its meaning. But don't do it at the beginning. But at least share. Yani do anything but share with me. No, think with me, Maho. Think with me first, girls. Think with me first.
It means unusual.
Only Dima too. Only Dima. Thank you, Dima, so much. Thank you, Habib. Thank you. But only Dima? I have 30 girls in the class and only Dima participates with me.
Miss, I answered as well.
Who talks? Marie? Wait.
Lujane. I said there's nothing strange.
Okay. So now I have Dima and Lujane. Other girls, please participate. Okay. Lujane said different or strange. Dima said? Dima
Unusual.
said what? Unusual, yes. So there is nothing anomalous in this about the engineering marvels at Teotihuacan.
Great civilizations throughout the so-called New World lived in cities larger than those in Europe at the same time. Fettered by ignorance and ethnocentrism,
Fettered by ignorance and ethnocentrism.
Filled.
Yeah. Listen. Fettered. How can I say to you? I know the meaning. I can say the meaning, but I want you to guess the meaning.
Miss, isn't the
Fettered.
one that when they are handcuffed?
Yes, their hands cuffed, yes. Why? How did I know? Fettered by ignorance. So ignorance makes what to someone? Lock him. Okay, so fettered is when the person is locked, especially from the feet. Okay, when he's chained with chains. So fettered by ignorance, it means that they couldn't move. Because ignorance doesn't allow you to move or grow.
people in Europe's capital cities would have found the idea of sophisticated cultures across the Atlantic completely bizarre. But had they
People in Europe's capital cities, in Europe, would have found the idea of sophisticated cultures across the Atlantic completely bizarre. I will find that their culture is completely bizarre.
Strange.
Strange. Yes, bizarre is strange, weird.
seen the impressive Toltec, Mayan, Aztec, or Incan civilizations in their prime, they would have been disabused of the notion that the lands Columbus discovered.
They would have been disabused. Again, but had they seen the impressive Toltec, Mayan, Aztec, or Incan civilizations in their prime, they would have been disabused of the notion. Stop. They would have been disabused. The part of speech is what?
Adjective.
Adjective. Divided into prefix and the root word. This, abuse. This, abuse. Abuse means what?
Harm.
Harm. So this abuse,
This harm. There is
this
no
harm. Free from harm, free from deception.
Always had been thinly populated and lightly tread upon. I overheard a tour guide telling visitors that by the time the Europeans arrived, all the great civilizations that had built such astounding structures were crumbling or lost forever. Gone were the vast trading networks, the advanced metallurgy techniques, and the agricultural methods that transmuted barren land and steep hillsides into fertile growing land. Gone too were the all-powerful rulers who reigned as ruthlessly as did the most heinous kings in Europe.
So he heard the tour guide says, she heard the tour guide says that visitors, by the time, telling visitors, he was telling them, yani, that by the time the European came, the Native American got lost through the trade network and the advanced metallurgy techniques and the agricultural methods that transmuted barren land, steep hillside into fertile growing land, gone too. Even the fertile growing land, gone too. So here we have transmuted barren land and the steep hillside. So the agriculture methods, she talks about the agriculture methods that transmuted the barren land and the steep hillside into fertile growing land. Yani we had barren land and the steep hillside, and were transmuted into fertile land.
Transformed.
Yes, change from one nature. So those natives, American, they changed the lands, the steep hillside into land, into fertile soil and infertile growing land. It was also gone. How, with all the powerful rulers who ruled as ruthlessly as did the most heinous kings in Europe. Heinous kings in Europe, as ruthlessly, okay, were the all-powerful rulers who reigned as ruthlessly as did the most heinous kings. So, ruthlessly as did the most heinous kings in Europe. So he wants to say that heinous kings in Europe were
Yes.
So
they were bad.
Yes, were ruthless. So they had no heart, no feelings, hateful, hideous. Okay, odious, hateful, odious.
And who freely castigated their subjects for transgressing even the pettiest of laws.
And who freely castigated. So these ruthless kings, in Europe, those hateful kings in Europe, and who freely, castigated their subject. Subject is followers, the citizens. So they castigated their subjects. So these kings, these hateful kings, castigated their subject. So they did something to the subject. Subject is their followers.
They
So,
harmed them.
castigate is to harm, to punish. Okay, to harm, to punish, to criticize the subject for transgressing. What is transgressing? Transgressing even the pettiest of laws. So they are heinous kings, ruthless kings, and they freely castigated, punish their subjects for transgressing even the pettiest laws. When the subject do what to the pettiest laws? Transgress,
They don't
Disobey.
follow.
Transfers.
don't follow, to violate a law, to break a law. So the heinous kings, the hateful kings, freely castigated, punished their subject for transgressing, not following a law, breaking a law, not obeying, to violate a law, even the pettiest of laws. Pettiest of
What remained were tools, pottery shards, and remnants of fine roads and great temples. End of a great day. After spending the day traveling back in time, I am now on the bus back to the modern world. I saw immutable proof that a great city in an advanced civilization once existed here.
I saw immutable proof. Immutable proof. Let's divide the word. Im, prefix. Mute, and able is ability to. So the part of speech is what? Immutable proof.
Adjective.
Adjective.
It can also, by the way, pronounce as immutable. Can be immutable or immutable. Okay? It's an adjective. Immutable proof. So, immutable proof, it's an adjective modifying proof. So what would be an immutable, if we say im, it is the opposite of mute, an ability to. So immutable, look, if you look at immutable and the transmuted is also divided into trans and mute. Transmuted means what? Here in that transmuted barren land, we just said it.
Changed.
Transmuted, changed. Transmuted, change. Here, immutable. Immute, opposite of mutable.
It cannot be changed.
Cannot be changed. Excellent. So again, we have transmuted, changed, and immutable. Unchangeable.
And I wonder how many of you know of Teotihuacan, or have even heard of the huge but long gone urban centers of Chaco and Cahokia in the United States. The true history of the Americas was misunderstood not only by the first European visitors, but by people in our own time. Thankfully, this is changing as new scholarship is transforming long-held beliefs about the nature of life in the Americas before Columbus. A lightly tread upon continent? No way.
Yeah. Let's hear the words. Try to remember its meaning, girls.
Anomalous. Anomalous. Contrive.
Anomalous what?
Anomalous.
Do you remember? Anomalous about the engineering marvels.
They were strange.
Yes. Contrive. Contrive other
Contrive.
ways. Contrive other ways.
Plan.
Plan.
Ennui.
Ennui. I didn't
Ennui.
feel ennui. I enjoyed.
Bored.
I didn't feel ennui in the bus, in the sweaty bus. I enjoyed every minute.
It's the opposite of enjoy.
Yes. Dull.
Immutable.
Immutable. Huh? We just
Immutable.
said immutable.
Cannot be changed.
Cannot be changed.
Sinecure.
Pushing the weak away was a sinecure.
Easy job.
Transmute.
Transmute, when they transmuted the lands into a fertile land.
Changed.
Change or transform.
Yes.
Aspersion.
Aspersion, cast aspersion on the native
Aspersion.
population.
Damaged.
Damage.
Cajole.
Either
Cajole.
cajoling them with trinkets. Cajoling them with trinkets.
Persuading
Cajoling them
them.
to change their minds. Yes.
Persuading
Persuade.
them with
Yeah.
like a tone.
Yes.
Fetter.
Fetter. European at the
Fetter.
same time fettered by
Chain.
ignorance. They fettered by ignorance.
Chained.
Chain.
Surreptitious.
Surreptitiously. Directly or
Surreptitious.
surreptitiously? Directly or surreptitiously?
Indirect.
Secretly.
Secretly, yeah. Or indirectly or secretly.
Bizarre.
Strange.
Bizarre.
Strange.
Bizarre, yes, weird, strange.
Vicarious.
Vicariously.
Vicarious.
Vicariously.
Vicarious is a
Vicariously. Vicariously, here when she says, I want the people to live my experience vicariously.
Yeah, as if
Vicariously,
they're in my
as
place.
if we were there. Vicariously. Again, vicariously.
vicarious. Vicarious is an adjective meaning performed, suffered, or otherwise experienced. Disabuse.
Disabuse, to disabuse.
Disabuse.
To disabuse of the notion that the lands Columbus discovered.
Not harm.
Yes, not harm.
Heinous.
Heinous kings in Europe.
Hey.
Heinous kings in Europe.
They were ruthless.
Ruthless, yes.
Transgress.
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 If they transgress the piteous law.
Transgress is a verb that means to go beyond.
Violate the law.
Yes.
Yes, not follow, not obey. Okay, girls?
Yes.
Is Leah here? Leah?
Miss Nada?
Yes.
Miss, can you go to the bathroom, please?
Yes, girls, Raghad doesn't attend with us since the beginning of the
أنا
week.
بتول, okay?
Yes, yeah, Batul.
Yes, miss.
You know anything about Raghad?
No.
No, don't you contact her?
Yes. No.
Where is she?
I haven't contacted her in these days.
Okay, so please contact her and tell her to attend with us. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, girls. You go now and then 5 minutes and come. Wash your face and come, please. Go to the bathroom, do whatever you want, and then come.
Which is the second period will take vocab or
We'll take writing. Open your get your literature book.
Okay. Bye, teacher.
Get your literature book, girls.